Welcome back guys to Trade Pro FX. So here I have a very amazing video for the beginners, completely beginners, and you do not have any skills to trade. So this video is for you, which has a very low risk. The risk is higher, but the profits are almost 100% sure when you do as I asked you to do. So we will be trading the higher lower, and one of you asked me to do it by showing you how he or she can use a trading bot to trade the same higher lower. I've already shown you on the use of higher lower on the smart trader, but today I will be showing you how to do it using a trading bot. So I am on my trading bot and I click higher lower, then that both contract type the lower type, and then for the stake we will use 5 USD. So you can see we have an account of 15 USD. So we will use that to trade, and then for the candlestick is 1 minute time frame. Then click on the charts after you are now done with the bot builder. So for this barrier you will put almost 0.3 above from the previous barrier you have found there. So you can see it was almost 0.3 something, then I will add 0.3, so it will be 0.6 something. So I'll just put 0.6 and that would be a bit very safe to trade. So that's how you just determine, just put the barrier which is very top and you can run your bot. So this is what we will be looking at, the candlesticks that are getting formed. We want to always to trade with a candlestick forming color red. So how I look at these entry points as I'm doing, you can see the bot is running. So as you see, just look at these candlesticks here. Like this candlestick, you can see it's moving on a bearish trend, on a bullish trend, but looking at the seconds remaining, it has 14, 13, 12, 11, but that candlestick is almost erupting. So you just first cross your trade and wait for the next candlestick to start forming. So you can enter. Why am I entering? So you wait for the candlestick to show you a bearish trend and you enter, and then you need to look that the candlestick is not making huge movements. So you just look at how the candlestick formation is being formed. If you see it's just making small let me call them the measure of the candlestick, either moving up, down. As it is moving up, down, you can see that it is not making longer wicks or moving very fast. So with this, that's why I use either volatility 10, 20, 25. Those are low volatile markets. By just looking at the 25 index on your left side, you will note that it is around at 0.01 currently. So the market is not that volatile. So on these candlesticks, as you see, they are forming. It's not moving very up or very fast. It's just moving with very slow movements. So you just check at the candlestick how it's behaving, and you can see this candlestick currently as it is moving. It's closely almost to that the doji part on top. So I'm running my trading bot because I know I can see that price, and then looking at this price, that's the area I want you to focus. Look at that price. The volatility of that market is very low, so we have no problem with it. And when you see it's closer, when the time is very close to coming to elapse, stop the bot, wait for the next candlestick, because a spike can lead to a loss. So you'll just be clicking when you see, as you can see, I've learned that board. When you are sure bet of what to trade whenever the candlestick is on a bearish trend, because you are trading lower. So by just looking at the candlestick, how the formation of that candlestick, it's more not making longer direction by those ticks. As the candlestick is being formed, the ticks are not long as compared when maybe you look at the volatilities with 1 second. So just looking at this, you see it's almost, the time is almost elapsing, so I'll just wait for that and cross. Wait, let's see, it's bearish, so there is no need to cross, but for now you can see the time is almost. Just cross your trading board, wait for the next candlestick first to begin because of the spike. So this is how you trade. You wait for a candlestick, ensure that it is making a bearish movement, mostly ensure that it makes a down movement after it has created those wicks. So just looking at this, you can see I've entered that trade very courageously at 0 contracts 1, we are at 14. So the idea here is just plain using this candlestick. You can see them, they are consolidating at this area there. So the movement of that market shows me that these candlesticks, it's not likely for me to make a loss. Well, it makes those movement using those ticks. So you see, as it makes those movement of the ticks, they are not that much wrong, giving me that momentum. So I will scope so many trades here because I am on a consolidation area. So you can always do this. You can see now on the next candlestick. So let's wait, we first get that, and if we are on a bearish trend, we still scoop those trades. So I've seen it, so let me first stop and then look at those candlesticks. Let me see, but you can just observe the formation of that candlestick. It is not moving very fast. It is not moving very fast, and I've told you, since you are trading lower, kindly always make a step of being careful and look at the movement of this candlestick. So always trade mostly when the candlestick is moving downward. So for this one, I will wait for it to close, and then I will learn after the next formation of that candlestick begin. And you can see the movement of those two candlesticks. It's moving very slowly. That's the idea. So you can look at that and see the candlestick is moving very well. You can see it's just starting to move downwards, and still we are on the consolidation path. So from here I see a downtrend, because looking on the left, you can see there is an order block on your left side, and if you have not seen how you identify those small order blocks, kindly check on my YouTube channel. Those videos I've shown you. So just through observing at this, the formation of this candlestick will now proceed to the down direction. So I have no problem risking it. So our aim, we are at 2 USD currently, and we have formed that. You can see what we have formed. We have formed a doji candlestick. So it shows us first an indecision of where the market wants to move, and that's why we have been on this consolidation. So I'll wait for this, then we will know. Before, since it is a doji, you already know that this candlestick won't move further up. So I first stop that out and then look at it, how it behaves, because now the market shows an indecision. So I'll just wait for that market to elapse. So at 20, 25, 24, and I've seen it has moved very up on the upside. Let me run and scope the trade, because it has moved so far upwards. So we can scoop something from there, as the candlestick is trying to cross by forming those wicks. And you see I've scooped that and wait for the next candlestick. Yes, so now on, so you can start by learning. So I've told you, because the overall trend is a downtrend, you can try to scoop some of the profits using this strategy. It is involving a higher capital, but it's better use that higher capital and trade what you see. So what I'm seeing is I'm aiming for a downtrend, but if it is not a downtrend, what I look is that the candlesticks are not making a very long momentum. And you know, for a momentum candlestick, you see a candlestick make a very long movement path, and it has a very long bullish, either bullish candlestick or a bearish candlestick. And by just looking at this, it's not moving on that big pace, so it's moving just slowly by slowly. So let's wait, and we can scoop that trade. And bearing in mind, you can see we have been moving on a consolidation area, but on an uptrend with very small candlesticks. And you see we have able to scoop all those 26 won contracts on. So what the idea is that you can make money building your small account, small by small. This is only for those people who have the patience to wait for the market, slowly by slowly, doing what you are supposed to do. Look for the small zones that the market can reverse, and ensure that the candlesticks are not making very large momentum. So you can see we are now on a downtrend, so I wait for that candlestick to start again, and then I can run my boat. So this is just the idea, and then our aim here is looking for 5 USD that we are using as the starting capital. So we are at contract 129 at 3 USD now. So we have almost 20 runs to go, so that we can reach 5 USD. And you can see our candlestick, how it is moving. It's moving very well, so that's why I'm not now fearing to at all deciding to stop the boat now. So for that, it has moved very well downwards. So let me wait for, I can just enter before that candlestick to elapse, because we are already on a downtrend. So these are the kind of candlesticks I was telling you. It's making now large momentum on the bearish side, but now what does that mean? I'm happy. Why? Because it's making a downside. We are moving on the lower side, so there's no issue. So I'll just come on, pick this horizontal, and then you can see that area is the beginning of on your left side where I've placed. You can see an almost doji candlestick. What does that mean? The market will not pass the lower side of that market. It won't. It will resist from going below that, the lower wick of that candlestick. And if it breaks, definitely we will now move to the downside. So let me pick again, and that is the area I'm talking about of the lower. So you will note that we might now start moving upwards, because that acts as an order block on this 1 minute. So we must be very, very careful. We have moved very fast with those 3 bearish candlesticks, so we have to be very extra careful to take trades, because we want to exit the market, and our aim is only seeing the red candlesticks, but we can also jungle using the green candlestick, only that if they do not make bigger movements. But for this, we have been on a downtrend. Generally it's a downtrend, so I have no fear of taking the trade. So let's just continue scooping. You can see that's almost 28 seconds. So we will almost have already scooped our 5 USD before the market decides to go our long way. So you can see we are at 34 contract and 3 USD. guys, we started with 5 USD, we are already 3 USD because we have the patience of waiting the market to move on our direction. So guys, the secret is just having patience and waiting the market to move to your direction, and ensure those candlesticks are not wrong on your opposite. If they are wrong, maybe making very long bullish candlesticks, that should be your fear. But if it makes very small types of movements, you have not to worry. So you can see that one, how it's moving very upward. So I'll just wait for it to make a quick move, and I can enter that trade because I know it can retrieve behind to able to make the last week. So that's why I've entered that. So you just pray using these candlesticks. If you see a bullish candlestick, wait for it to move up, and then whenever it now starts to decide to go down and move create a week, you can click your trade. So you see we are now on the next candlestick. So let's wait and see if it makes if it is not a downtrend and it moves on our bullish direction. I'll wait for it to have already formed now the lower week, and now forming an upper week. But now looking at that, we can see, let me get that entry. So you remember, if you lose the 5 USD, but it's very difficult for you to lose it if you know what you're doing. So you can see that seems like almost a doji, and we are at 22 USD, so I can learn because I have no fear. The seconds have already reached at a point that the candlestick won't move that much to make a difference. So you see the first one, so I first stop that at 36. So you will see, let's wait for that candlestick to cross a doji, obviously showing you an indecision, but now a potential downtrend because you can see it has formed. So let's now wait for this candlestick. So let's see how it behaves. Let's wait and see. I can enter that market because we are on the downtrend. So let me wait for those seconds. For the first few seconds, I first cross. Yes, that way. So it's good. So I first cross very fast, and you can see the candlestick formation is not making those large candlesticks. Momentum candlestick already created the week. I can run. So after creating that week, I know we can now probably go to the downside without any fear of missing out from that trade. So basically it's just playing around with these candlesticks and use a small bigger capital, but very careful while trading. Use a good barrier that you know you will use the barrier to make some money. Just being patient using the same concept. So you can just look at the formation of that candlestick, almost behaving as like a hammer. So you can definitely enter your trade because you can see the market will have some problem, either moving up or down, so not making those large candlesticks. So I have a good ability. We have about 10 runs to go because you can see we are at 4 USD. So this is very simple. Let me just wait for the next candlestick to form, then I can enter that market. So basically let's wait for the next candlestick because we can see we can enter that market. Let me just wait a bit. It's just playing around using these candlesticks, but knowing that you are already on the safer side. You see we have already created that week, so I have no problem that our market might go down now. So and before it reverses, and I've told you the only way you can get taken out of this trade is when the candlestick is entering another candlestick after the interval time of that candlestick elapses. So when this time elapses, it might, when it tries to form the next candlestick, it might make a spike, a small spike that will make you or get taken out of that market. So when you see it is almost collapsing, just close your trade and wait for the next. You see it has now opened another candlestick, so I can enter at that time when I observe that the candlestick is now bearish. So I can learn that after the formation already has started, so I'll just be very careful. So the idea here is looking at the candlesticks on your opposite side. Like here we are ensuring that the candlesticks are not forming bullish, and if they are forming bullish, they are not making a momentum bullish candlesticks. And I will just focus to look that the candlesticks are making very small movements, just closer to each other. But if it's the opposite, since I'm trading the lower side, making the bearish candlesticks is better. So it doesn't matter whether it's making the momentum bearish candlesticks. That's the best for me, because I know my trade. I can scoop very many rounds when I observe a bearish candlestick, whether it's a momentum bearish candlestick. So just looking at this, we have made a wick. So after making that wick, I can learn my boat. We have like 6 lands to go. Yes, so let me confirm that this is a bearish and I run. So let's just observe how it moves. So I can learn that, and that's a bearish. So we have that's the first run, the first last chance is run. So at 44 contracts won, so won. So some of you don't want to be patient in trading, but if you do so, just having patience and grasping a very few strategies about to know when to trade using which barrier, you can grasp something. Guys, just be patient. Stop focusing on that amount, which is very many amount of capital, or using a small capital to gain so much money, like trading the matches contract type. If you know you're a beginner, don't try that. Just do this. Just try trading using the higher low end, and I will bet you that you'll make it. Just having that patience and stay focused, because the more you try to get that that quick money using the matches, that's the more you can get a very huge loss and a very quick loss. So just try this higher lower very patiently. You can make something from it. So with those few remarks, let's meet in the next video. It is just this contract type of higher lower using a very good barrier is more better than trading the different contract type by just observing the candlestick. So let's meet in the next video and go try this higher lower. Be patient and you can make it. You see, we have already made our 5 USD, which was our trading stake. So have a nice day.